Yeah, listener, I think that'd be one hell of a fight. Look, Jan isn't the biggest bantamweight in the world, but guess what? Alexander isn't the biggest featherweight in the world, right? So I think you have a match right there, right? Jan's 5'7", Volkanovski can't be too much bigger than that. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. Volkanovski's obviously a lot more stocky, but Jan showed his ability to avoid takedowns against Marab. I don't think we could think he couldn't avoid takedowns against Volk or anybody else for that matter. Different styles, definitely. Like Marab's stand up is negative territory, right? Like he throws clubbing, lefts and rights, and it looked so bad, but it didn't matter because his grappling was so good that he made up for it. It made everybody fight out of their game, and he was the winner. With Volkanovski, it's not going to be that way. Like Volkanovski can fight stand up, right? And he's very unorthodox, and he's one of those ricochet rabbit guys that bounces off the wall. So, what do I think of the fight? I think it would be an excellent fight. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Do I think it'd be competitive? Yeah, I think it'd be competitive. I will say that Dana's probably going to start pulling the brakes on people jumping up classes to try to gain other titles. I know he did it with Islam. I know he did it with Ilya, but those are his stars in the making, right? Like his favorites, if you will, for lack of a better word. I don't think Dana has an emotional tie to anybody, maybe, but he certainly does to his UFC business success. And that business success is part of Ilya and Islam's success, right? You got to build stars at all time, and you build stars by making them have success, and you make them have success by winning double titles. I don't think a guy like Yanni would be allowed to do it. You saw what he said to Alex Pereira when Pereira tried to do it. He basically pumped the brakes on that. So we'll just have to see. At the end of the day, that's the UFC's decision. There's a lot of guys at bantamweight still to fight, right? And not to mention, right, like there's guys that could come up. What I'd really like to see is a Joshua Van Peter Yan fight. But listen, Joshua Van's got to settle into being champ. That was an unconventional way to win the title, but nevertheless, he's the champ now, and he's got to start defending it. And those flyweights are tough, man. Roy Val's tough. He already beat him though. Moreno's tough. All those guys are tough. So it's going to be fun. I mean, eventually we'll get around to seeing as many of those fights as we can if they don't get knocked off in their own division, which, let's be honest, most of them will. There's a bad stylistic matchup for everyone in MMA. So there's never going to be an undefeated MMA fighter. Khabib is undefeated just because he retired, guys. 3 or 4 defenses and, sayonara, buddy, I'm gone. And he had a very measured career about who he fought. But, everybody's career's got to be measured if you want to be successful. If you go like I did and you'll fight anyone, any place, anytime just because you want to prove how tough you are, guess what? You're going to have a losing record and you're never going to go anywhere in it. But, I wasn't fighting for money, right? I was fighting for something else, and there it is. Everybody, like and follow for more on the Fight Game.